design of the bridge that we have, we actually designed captains, companies captains. So we took 6 different ships designs, and we came in a meeting and we decided ourselves how we believe is operators friendlier the layout of the bridge. And I can tell you, it's a wonderful layout, a very large bridge, very wide, that you can have a clear view and a clear communication with your teams. So in the bridge equipment system called NACOS, we have DGPS system, echo sounder, we have 2 sensors, one at the very front of the ship and one at the very back, that are indicating underwater clearance. The vessel has maximum draft of 8.4 meters. We don't go anywhere with less than 2 meters underwater clearance. That means no less than 10.5 meters, okay? Then we have multi-pilot, autopilot, engine controls, VHF radios, gyro compass, magnetic compass, weather stations, and automated identification system. What is the automated identification system? Is a system that all the ships they have, that at any time we know ships in vicinity, what is their name, what is their destination, how much speed they are doing, in order to have a very clear communication with different vessels. The name of the captain we ask. So this is how it looks. You should know that we are paperless. We don't have paper charts. We are having only electronic charts that they are getting updated constantly. Now, let me tell you a funny story. So I have a meeting with my officers and I am talking to them about workload. And my navigation officer says, Captain, this was a very difficult cruise. So I said, okay, let me tell you how it is a difficult cruise. In our days, when I was navigating officer, okay, my first contract as navigating officer, I had to go take the ship for first time to South America. I had to order that time 966 paper charts. These 966 paper charts, they came and based to when was the last time of printing, this was the last correction. From that moment of the new paper chart, we had to take, every week there are coming corrections of charts and publications. So every week we are updating and we are checking if the folio that we have is any of these charts affected, that we can do the appropriate correction. So all this job was happening manually. So the vessel was carrying more than 2,000 paper charts and 180 publications. That every week there was this possibility of the navigating officer to correct them manually. Now, update. So I can tell you that the workload is much less. So whenever he's telling me this, then I'm telling him, update. And he doesn't ask me anymore anything, all right? So of course there are other, yes, the other duties is very challenging job, but I'm saying that certain things, they have really worked on our benefit. Technology is wonderful to have. The only thing that we need to pass to our new generation is that it's not only technology. Knowledge at some point will cover the lack of technology. Knowledge will be the one that will bring you to success, not just the technology by itself. You can press now AI and they can tell you how to go to Sydney. So it will give you 10 different ways to go to Sydney. Then you need to decide which one is the safest way to go to Sydney, all right? So, coastal navigation. Coastal navigation, we have, when we have a land, we take an observation because people, they say, Captain, what about if you lose the GPS? First of all, you should know that in order to be paperless vessel, you need to have 2 systems that they are completely dependent. So if you lose the one, to have completely dependent and cover the other one. You should know that on board the Celebrity Edge, you have 12 independent systems. So if I lose the first one, I go to the second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way to 12. If I lose the 12th one, then coastal navigation. All right? We studied mariners here. So coastal area, we take the bearing from the land and we check with the radar mark to see if the position of the radar is correct. Then we have celestial navigation. So yes, we do have sextants on board. They are dusty, but we do have. Actually, we use them. Right? We are using them because the sextants, company's policy is that we should have at least 2 observations per day on out of the GPS, confirming the position of the GPS. When we are close to port, we are able to take it with land buttons. But like today, for example, we are doing it actually with sextants. So the offset will go on the top deck. By the way, you should know, Celebrity Edge is officially the first ship ever built that is 100% in compliance with safe return to port policy. What does it mean, safe return to port policy? That the vessel, in case that something will happen, has all the abilities to prevent and to go back to the port safely. There are 13,000 different scenarios that can happen on this ship, and they can be resolved. How they can be resolved? Like, let me give you an example. For example, we have 5 main engines, yes? There are 2 of them in the forward part of the ship and 3 of them in the aft part of the ship. They are completely dependent. So if I lose, for a reason or a fire, my aft engines, I still have all what is needed to operate the vessel safely with my front engines. If I have a fire in the bridge, I actually have a secondary bridge. Do you want to know where it is? No, engineering is the third one. Because I have one here to see outside. As very correct, the gentleman said, in the engine room, we have controls to control and navigate the ship, but we have a place that actually we are able to see as well outside. This place is above the retreat deck. If you see, there is a window. This window is actually the secondary bridge. It's a bridge that has an independent system inside with a stick that we can navigate, with a VHF radio, with all means of communication needed, in order, if something happens, to have an alternative plan. Okay? Weather conditions, hurricanes, tornadoes, typhoons, however we call them, we are having a company that is called, we have a program that's called Bon Voyage System. So before the voyage starts, we are sending our voyage, our track, to this place with the template. What time we depart, what time we arrive. Then they are going to provide us every 4 hours with weather updates, that they have graphical displays of winds, current, seas, any information we need to have. If at any time we have questions, there is something that we see that will create an impact and will change your cruise from the experience to an adventure, then we are activating the shoreside team, where we are going to gather. You should know that we have a fully qualified meteorological department in our company that is going to be involved. We are going to analyze all the data. Every single person will